worthwhile.
All right.
You know, I can relate with what you said about stepping the information down and making it peculiar to different areas in Nigeria, because some years back when I don't know if Donald Duke was governor of Cross River State, he had this big plan that Cross River State should be the largest producer of pineapple. And then you now realize that pineapple thrives only in 2 or 3 areas of the whole state. So I can understand what you mean when you say this policy is too holistic, that it should be stepped down. But what worries me is what we discussed earlier on the program. Farming is the way to go. I mean, anybody should know that. But we have security challenges. How do we marry those two?
Well, I don't think security challenge is real and actually affecting us. But I don't think it's security challenge that's the main challenge. The main challenge is that we are not leveraging what we have. The main challenge is that we are focusing on what we don't have.
How do you mean?
Okay, so take for instance now, southwest of the country. Now, during the security report, southwest seemed to be the safest so far. That doesn't have the
level of security challenge.
Yes. However, southwest is producing the least food. Now, food is the most expensive in southwest. Okay. However, we have a lot of large bodies of water. You know, I came in earlier in the year and said that tomatoes will go astronomically high again, you know, May, June. The only region in the country that can buffer that challenge is Southwest. But Southwest has not taken advantage of that, and it's the governors or government in Southwest. So bottom line is, if Southwest produces, leverages the season when they ought to produce, guess what? We won't have challenges. So each region, you know, we need to balance things out. Right now, a lot of interventions also is still centered around rain patterns in a region. And we have, you know, it's saying Shaki yams, Southwest comes out at different times. The Abuja yams, you know, the Abakaliki. So we still need to cascade our operations around the systems. Labor is more expensive in Southwest. Labor comes more from Benin Republic, Togo, and because dollar and naira, the value of naira and vis-a-vis dollar, they are not coming in again because they come to work for a year. So when you look at it, it's not insecurity that's our challenge. It's maximizing our opportunities, which is productivity. We're not productive.
Right. And speaking of Southwest, if you look at, it's one thing for the federal government to say, yes, we want to do something, national policy or anything, just to revolutionize the agricultural sector. But talking about Southwest, there were times where we had the 6 governors of the Southwestern region came together, not once, you know, as regards what we need to do about our agri sector. Are you saying that with all the meetings, because based on the pointing at, you know, the Southwest, the challenges that we have, is it just lip profession, or we've not really made any headway?
The results will show in less than 30 days. At that time, they have to meet again. You know, the result.
How do you mean
so in the next 30 days, some basic vegetables will be like 500%, 400 to 500% high in price. The federal has done so much. I've been involved in some federal and state. The federal has done, I always say, too much. The states are not putting corresponding action. Lagos is doing, I always say, Lagos is doing better in terms of preparing, trying, but Lagos cannot do it. You know, they say it in Yoruba that the chicken is sweating, but the feather is not allowing. Lagos has population, they don't have the land. They have created markets. Just imagine, one of the markets, Idioro, they sold almost 3 billion in 1 year, and it was not full-time. And it's just giving people platforms. So imagine if Ondo, Ekiti, Osun, Oyo you know, encourage their farmers to produce, put infrastructure and systems in place to sell one platform out of other, and Lagos is building about 5 more. So bottom line is, we are not seeing Southwest, and I'm bold to say, because the results will show no miracle. They can't perform any miracle. They can't import tomatoes and peppers. They can't. So the results will show very soon. You know, so bottom line is that after those meetings, they need to cascade things down. You know, the leadership we're seeing in Lagos in terms of preparing for food security and challenges, we need that kind of effort also to come with, especially Oyo and Ogun. They have the lands, they have the cleared lands, they have everything. They don't have any excuse. They have youths. They are closest to Lagos. Lagos pays the highest in everything. So why do they do meetings, and after the meetings, I just wonder I'm just waiting that when they go for another meeting in June, what would be the excuse that we did not do anything? You know, so it's really something that makes me cry inside. We have everything. Now there's an outbreak. So Rodo is very expensive, which is a hot pepper. In the last about a month and a half. That's right. It's due to an outbreak of a pest.
Ebola.
No, not even Ebola. Ebola, I'll come back to that. That's the biggest scam in the country, you know, over the years. So the Rodo, there's an outbreak of a pest, you know. It came out like 2 years ago. NIHOT, the institute that has the mandate, has been working on it. They've been working with farmers, you know, but however, right now, if the South, it's not in the South at all. This challenge is not in the South.
So what are we facing the problem?
The challenge is that we have not just produced in the South.
That's right.
And this is just in the North. So it just peaked this year. And there's nothing anybody can do about it. The researchers are doing so much. In fact, they come out with a new variety. But, you know, if the South wakes up, we will be food secure.
All right, we'll talk about them waking up when we return from this break. Stay with us.